It's time for Around the Ozarks news, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Roto-Rooter Plumbing and Drain Service, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you on Tuesday. Been a wet night of rain and a wet morning of rain from the hurricane that came ashore in Texas. More on that to come, but here we are on Tuesday, and we were going to start with some news.
Let's go.
Let's do it. A firefighter, sad story to begin with. A firefighter in Boone County lost his life helping in a water rescue. 42-year-old Assistant Chief Matt Tobin drowned when the rescue boat he was in overturned, throwing him into the fast-moving water. He wasn't the only one that threw out. There was one other firefighter, and the two people that they had rescued also dumped into the water. They were, though, pulled from the water and are recovering, but 42-year-old Matt Tobin drowned, and just a tragic story. It shows you just how dangerous that water is and how every time there's a water rescue, and we report from time to time on a lot of water rescues that happen during flash flooding, and
including probably today, honestly.
Yeah. And those firefighters and put their lives on the line every single time, and it normally ends well. This time it did not. Charges are on the way against a 35-year-old woman after a crash that injured a teenage boy in Ozark. The woman is accused of driving while intoxicated when she hit that 14-year-old who was on a bike at the time. The boy was taken to the hospital for his injuries. Fortunately, he was treated and released.
Wow.
Yeah.
Springfield-based Convoy of Hope is responding to Texas following the flooding caused by Hurricane Beryl as it came ashore as a Category 1 storm. That storm dumped several inches of rain. The biggest problem in the Houston area, south of Houston, which is really for the year, is already 10 inches above normal rainfall. So now they're getting more. Convoys working to supply food and drinking water as well as cleaning supplies so survivors of the storm can try to clean up after the flash flooding. Meanwhile, convoy teams continue to provide relief to people throughout the Caribbean who were also hard hit by the powerful storm. We know Mexico was in the path as well, although not as bad there. And multiple people have lost their lives because of it.
Yeah, it's the flooding in the Houston area just has been horrible this entire year. And then I was watching yesterday in the afternoon as the storm was moving up and through. Tornado warnings all over the place. Tornado sightings on the outside of the hurricane as it moved through Louisiana, which it didn't really even hit with a direct hit. So causes a lot of problems, those hurricanes.
Missouri State Auditor is conducting an audit of the Stone County Collector's Office. The state is looking into the possibility of money missing from the Collector's Office. Stone County commissioners asked for that audit after discovering that some money could be missing. So they're trying to pin that down.
Okay, well, we'll follow that. It's been a good year, meanwhile, for Missouri State University. The MSU Foundation raised about $36 million in the fiscal year, which just ended at the end of June. That beat the previous one-year record for the foundation of $32 million raised. The foundation's brought in at least $20 million each year for the last 7 years. So they're doing something right there.
Sounds like it.
Or the alum from MSU are doing very, very well.
Who's the big one? The Mr. Goodman, right? The actor, John Goodman.
John Goodman, he's the name. Yeah. He helped a lot with the theater, that sort of thing. Unemployment in the Springfield area jumped in the month of May. It was up to 3.6% in May. That's up from 2.9% in April. So 0.7. That's quite a bit. The overall unemployment rate for the state of Missouri was 3.9% in May, also up from 3.2% in April.
All right. Walmart is being sued, accused of deceptive and unfair business pricing. Nothing new for Walmart to get sued, so we'll see if it actually goes anywhere. This is a class action lawsuit alleging that Walmart was aware of discrepancies in the prices posted on the shelf and then being higher at the register. Interestingly, this case lives again, even though a judge dismissed it last year. After that, though, an appeals court reversed that judge's ruling and said the case can move forward. The suit claims that while the price difference can be only pennies per item, it could add up to hundreds of millions of dollars that customers wrongly pay and that Walmart then collects every year. Walgreens got in trouble for this several years ago.
Right.
I've never personally noticed at Walmart, but I don't know.
Well, you know what? Walmart, we just did that story a few months ago, beginning of the year, that they're going to switch. I think we did the story. We're going to switch over to digital prices on the shelves, which are a lot easier to change.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I remember us doing that story.
Little mini computer screen there.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting. One of my college roommates works for Walmart Legal. So isn't that fun? So anyway,
that's a busy job. I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't talked to her honestly in a long time, but she's amazing. She loves it. And it is, I'm sure, very, very busy.
Yeah. So. I'm sure there's a lot to do over there. Everybody wants to sue Walmart, but I was reading about this case, and the judge who threw it out initially basically said that when you get a receipt, there you go, that they're telling you what you paid. So if you look at your receipt and there's a discrepancy, you can immediately in the moment fix it, remedy it. So,
yeah.
But the appeals court disagreed with that. So,
yeah. I mean, Walgreens lost, right? Years ago, I'm pretty sure. In fact, they did. I remember this because I remember covering the story. So anyway, I don't know. Similar sound. It sounds similar. I'm sure there's a lot of little nuances to each individual case, but all right. Springfield has a new cookie shop. It is called Dirty Dough, and it is open on South Campbell, just north of Sunset. The location is the first Dirty Dough to open in Springfield. Features warm cookies stuffed with things like fudge or peanut butter and covered with toppings. I have actually tasted one.
Oh, you have?
Brought one in. Yeah.
You tell.
I love all things sweets. And it was about 5 a.m. when I was tasting it. So already, listen, I will eat sweets with the best of them, but not at 5 a.m.
Yeah, 5 a.m. is a little early.
So it was right after this podcast. In fact, I went to my other day job and there it was. And I was like, I should taste that because you want me to really badly. However, it's like just after 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. To be honest with you, it was good, but it's kind of like Hertz Donuts. I love them at the right time. And then at the wrong time, you're like, I can actually hear myself getting fatter. Name that movie. Name that movie.
It's Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy.
Yes, Tommy Boy.
Although he didn't say myself, he said, I can hear you getting fatter.
I can actually hear you getting fatter.
Great movie.
Because he was eating, he was that guy in a little coat.
Yeah,
anyway, now
Farley.
You need to go watch Tommy Boy. Sorry, we digress.
Great Chris Farley. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So they're pretty decadent. I've seen pictures of them. They got a lot of toppings and stuff on the inside. Yeah. Okay. All right. The St. Louis Zoo is expanding big time, actually. The zoo is planning to open a brand new safari park and conservation center.
Oh, cool.
It expects to house about 250 animals at that new park when it opens in 2027. It will be located on 425 acres near the confluence of the Mississippi and Missouri rivers up near St. Louis. Highlights will be a 30-minute guided safari tour on a vehicle, so they drive you around, a walking tour, an observation tower that's 360 degrees, and giraffe feeding. So that'll be really interesting.
That's neat.
They're coming up with a lot of funding, private and a little public funding to pay for this. And St. Louis has a really great zoo. We have a great zoo in Springfield too. But the St. Louis Zoo, I grew up going there, and they've really improved it in recent years. If you haven't been there in the last 10 years, you should go. But the most amazing thing about the St. Louis Zoo is that it's free.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can just show up and walk in and spend the whole day there. I don't know about this. I doubt that it's going to be free, but I don't know that at this point. So we'll see what happens in 27.
Very cool. All right. We know that kids love big trucks, and tonight they can get an up close and personal look at big rigs, delivery trucks, construction trucks, police cruisers, fire trucks, and more. The list goes on. It's Big Rig Night at the Battlefield Mall. The free event is happening in the mall's north parking lot. Take your kids, grandkids. It's all happening from 5:30 to 8, and you can explore some pretty awesome vehicles.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of years in a row there. I went, and it is a cool event. Kids love it because most of the places they're handing out little things, and kids get to climb up in the fire truck. And man, wear some earplugs because they honk horns a lot around there.
I imagine that it's pretty
It's a
loud.
lot
That makes
of
sense.
horn honking, and some
That
of
makes
those
sense.
some of those horns are loud. So, but it's a good time for kids. If you have kids or grandkids, that's the place to go tonight if the weather's good.
Very
Check with
cool.
Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather.
Yeah.
Find out.
Yeah, do that next. Thanks for tuning in here. And we are headed to the Faith in Business breakfast. That's exciting. Fear not. I will put on some makeup first. It's going to be great. And then we'll head that way. I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll be speaking here this morning. We'll tell you how it went tomorrow.
Yep.
So
all right. Have a good day. Thanks so
have a good
much
day.
for tuning in.